Oh man! Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Another week of the NFL season's in the books. Another episode of the Nosebleed Section is going up. What's up, Adam? Your host, as always. I thought I changed my name, but it went back. That's all right. I did. It put playoff push. We're not the Road Warriors in this one, but it's all right. I am joined by Gray Mason. You care to explain your name? I don't know what's going on there.
Well, what happened was I was trying to fix the light before I actually fixed it, and I looked out. I looked gray, like my face looked gray. It matched my hair. So I was like, you know what? My girlfriend was like, "Are you feeling gray for some reason?" I was like, you know what? I kind of am. With the way the Jet season ended, I kind of am feeling kind of gray a little bit. And now with whole Derek Carr stuff, maybe there's a little color coming back into my life.
This guy just.
I'm just saying. Don't be hating. Hey, we need a quarterback. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yes, we will definitely talk about that and more. The regular season of the NFL is officially in the books. We are looking forward to the playoffs. We'll be starting this weekend with the wild card round, of course. Please tap in. Let us know your thoughts on everything going on. Let us know your predictions. We will be going over each game, giving our predictions. And I expect Paul's going to have one or two interesting picks tonight because he always does every week. So
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Of course not. Of course not. Let's get into it. What we got? What we got? What's on deck? What we got first?
Sorry, I have to show the lovely logos. You know.
Oh my gosh! All the hard work Paul's put into this.
Got to show it off.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. So we're starting off with Seattle at the Niners.
It's a good one. Remember when like Richard Sherman and everybody was here, and it was like Colin Kaepernick and Michael Crabtree. There was like Legion of Boom, and this was like a rivalry. I mean, it still is. That was like those years were crazy.
It's not the same though.
It's not the same. It doesn't hit the same at all. It's like Geno Smith versus Brock Purdy now. It's just weird. Like it's just weird to me now. I don't know.
You have the Niners defense, which is one of the top-notch defenses in the league right now, and then you have the Seahawks defense, which they're not bad, but they're not great. They're like right there.
Yeah. It's just weird. Like everybody's kind of, I'm not gonna say waiting on Brock Purdy to fail, but they're kind of like, when is the luck gonna run out? Because we're like, go luck. Like
everybody was saying the same thing about Nick Foles in that playoff run. Remember?
Very true. Very true. Yeah, like Brock might have caught lightning in the bottle. He might just have.
They said the same thing about Tom Brady, and we were waiting for years, and that man walked out with like 6 Super Bowl rings, and it's not lightning in the bottle. He just got it.
Very true. Very true. Oh man, where are you going on this one?
I'm going with the Niners on this one. Geno Smith had a great season, not taking that away from him. It's just that Niners defense is very tough. And I just think they have enough on that Niners defense to stifle the Seahawks offense and shut them down. I will go with the Niners on this one.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I'm going to go with the Niners also. I think I'll give Geno his props. See, now I'll pop back the playoff push. I knew I named myself playoff push. Damn, Melon lying to me.
No, I fixed it for you.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. We're live. You could have just let me have that. You didn't have to do that to me. That's rude. Anyway, I'll give Gino his credit. Gino's balled this year. Like never thought I'd see Geno Smith do anything he's been doing this year. I that got labeled as like a bust, and I thought it was a wrap for him. It might still be. Why are you playing around with this thing? What are you doing? You stop moving me around. It's like changing my focus. And good night, everybody. We are done.
There you go.
Oh man, I'm picking the Niners, man. I'm picking the Niners. I think I'm just gonna jump to my prediction. Like I said, I think Gio's had an amazing year. I think the Niners offense is going to outplay the Seattle defense. Listen, the Niners have weapons. McCaffrey was a major piece, and they have that other running back who name escapes me. Um, the backup to McCaffrey, but every time he touches the ball, it seems like he just rips off like a big run. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's like I think he was almost like an undrafted free agent or something, but he's been killing as well. But you got
Wilson?
McCaffrey. No, it's not Wilson. It's another running back they have. I forget his name. I gotta look it up. But you got him. You got Ayuk. You got Debo. You got Kittle. Even like Jennings is a killer. Their offense is just over its firepower. Like I said, I think either me and you talked about it or me and Benji talked about it on the last podcast. But we were saying like, what are you gonna do next year? Is really like my question. Like Jimmy G's more than likely gone. Cool, he's gone. Whatever. But now you got Brock, and then what if Brock leads you to a Super Bowl and then Trey Lance comes back? You just sit Brock Purdy, like, like you know what I'm saying? He proved that he could do something with this team. Who knows if they're in this position if Trey Lance is the starting quarterback? You know, so then it's like, do you trade one? Does one become expendable? Do you just say like, okay, well, we took a top 5 pick on Trey, so we gotta rock with Trey. So then, does somebody come and try to trade for Brock and think he's a franchise QB? Like, it's a lot of questions that I mean, obviously hypotheticals going down the line, but they got to get past the Seahawks, and the Seahawks have proven to be a tough out even when they lost this year. But yeah, I'm just interested to see like what's going to happen with that, regardless of the outcome of the playoffs this year. Like, God forbid they win the Super Bowl. How do you move on from Brock Purdy and go back to Trey Lance if they do? That all that being said, and that whole tangent aside, yes, I'm taking. Yeah, I'm taking. Sorry, I'm taking the Niners. I'm taking the Niners at home. I'm taking the Niners. That's the point of this whole thing.
Elijah Mitchell?
No, it's not him either. No,
All right.
no. They have another running back. Go ahead in the next game, and I'm gonna look it up.
The Chargers at the Jaguars.
Oh man, this one's tough. This one is tough. You go right ahead because I I just want a roster, guys. I did Jordan Mason. That's his kid's name. Jordan Mason. That kid. Every time that kid touches the ball, he's like I don't even know who the kid is. I have to look into him more. But of course, something failed on ESPN. You guys are losers. That's why. Freaking losers. Jordan Mason. He's a football player. Clearly, he is Georgia Institute of Technology. Okay. He get drafted? He's 24 years old. He averages 6 yards a rush. Like, like Lil said, like he did. He's 23. He went to Georgia Tech, undrafted this year. Undrafted rookie. He has 258 yards rushing. He's averaging 6 yards a rush with a rushing touchdown. Like every time I watched him hand the ball off to him, like something good was happening. It was just crazy to see. Anyway, now that I've found that out,
If that's the case, then let us know. We'll get you on here, Benny.
well, it's funny he said that because Calvin commented too and said like, can he tap in?
Where is he?
Like, I don't know. He was in another group, not on here, another group that I'm in. Like he was like tap in. Like now everybody wants to tap into the podcast.
I don't know. We put it out there. We always tell them we're going to be on here. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Just say when. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you the link.
Benji. Damn it, Benji. Stub your toe. Ridiculous.
All right. So, Chargers, Jaguars. Who you got this one?
Oh, man. This one is tough. Like, this one sucks.
Trevor
Like,
Lawrence is coming into his own. And then you
yeah.
have Justin Herbert that like, literally he's a beast.
Like, you gotta go. You gotta go ahead. Because,
So here's the thing I found out. Mike Williams didn't practice today. So now it's a little concerning if he's going to play because the Chargers with all their weapons, Justin Herbert with all the weapons, is more effective when it doesn't have him. He's effective no matter what. It just depends on how effective he's going to be if he has all the weapons or not. Without Mike Williams, it puts more pressure on Keenan Allen and everybody else to step up. The Jaguars are coming in. I think they're coming in healthy, except for Travis Etienne. But this is a good matchup, man. This is close. Oh man, I don't know where to go on this one.
I'm telling you.
Like I can make a case for either one. Like I can make a case for the Chargers winning. I can make a case for Jags, especially because the Jags have been hot lately. They're going into the playoffs hot. And I'm not saying they're a team you don't want to play against, but I'm just saying they've been winning. They've been playing really good. Not scary good, but just good.
I'm telling you, that's why like you're looking at me and I'm like, you want me to just like straight up make this decision? Like this is tough.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence because they're at home. They're in Duval, so I'm going with the home team on this one.
All right. Well, I think Benji's gonna hop on, so Benji's gonna have to pick his pick for the Niners Seahawks. I think more than likely he's gonna go Niners, but we'll see. I am gonna go. I'm going Jags because I've been riding this train the entire season. Like I've been sitting here like every week. First off, it was just like a Trevor Lawrence. Like Trevor Lawrence is my fantasy quarterback. I'm cheering for Trevor every week. And then like after a while, it was like, you know what? I'm cheering for the Jags. Like I think these guys are like they're turning the corner. They made us all look kind of dumb because we were sitting up here like you gave Christian Kirk $84 million. You gave Zay Jones some stupid amount of money. You gave Evan Ingram some stupid amount of money for 1 year. And not gonna lie, they kind of turned it around and made us be like, oh, these are actually pretty solid investments for you guys. Like I don't know how you made it work, but you actually somehow did it. So I find myself like, okay, I was wrong. I'm going for the Jags here. As much as I love Herbie, Herbie's my guy. Great quarterback. Should have been a Giant, but we'll get into that another day. I have a big podcast for that one. It's just David Gettleman just ruined everything. If I was a Giants GM, I could have did so much better.
I
But
don't know
anyway,
who was worse for you guys, in your guys' opinion, David Gettleman or Reese.
again, podcast for another day. Not doing it. I'm not going down that road. I'm not opening that can of worms. Not falling in that wormhole. Just no. No, I'm not doing it tonight. Not doing it. Me and Benji gonna have a whole series on that. Like legit. Yeah. As much as I love Herbie, like you said, it's in Duval. The Jags have been rolling, and they made me big fans when they beat the Cowboys. That was awesome. So I'm going Duval here. I'm going for the Jags. I'm not gonna say an upset. I'm gonna just go for the Jags to win this game, especially I think if Mike Williams doesn't play. That's a big part of him because Herbie been throwing the ball up to him a lot. He's Mike Williams. When he's on the field, he's good, but he's not on the field a lot. So I'm going Jags. Benji at some point is gonna hop on. I assume. I
Maybe.
sent him the link, but we'll keep it rolling. He'll catch up. I'm not worried about it. He can give us his he can give us his picks and his he'll give us his picks. Dolphins Bills. Dolphins at the Bills. I'm going Bills on this one. I don't I'm not gonna jinx it and say like, oh, this is gonna be some big walk in the park. Um, but like if I'm being honest, like when you're down to your third string quarterback and you lost, I think you lost what I think it was like 6 of the last 8 or something like that. The Dolphins did. I don't have much faith in your team. You're you have good weapons. Like I'm getting, you have a Waddle, you have a Tariq Hill. If that ankle's okay, because I know he was a little gimpy last week. You got Durham Smythe, you got Gesicki, because they hate this guy. I don't want to give Gesicki the ball. I mean, and then you have a good run game. Like, but to me, it's like, I mean, yeah, Mostert over there, Mike McDaniel's getting him the ball, getting him heavily involved, brought him over from San Fran. But again, it really begins with the quarterback, and like again, Skylar Thompson's a good kid and everything. He's third quarterback though. And it's like this is a playoff game against debatably the best team in the league. Debatably, I should say, even like probably the best in the conference. Debatably, take them to the Chiefs, maybe the Bengals, one of those three. But like you're going up against a top team. There he is.
Yo,
Going up against a top team, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you could pick the Dolphins in this one. Like you said, in Buffalo. I know we saw last time. We all thought that when it was that big snowstorm, the Dolphins were going to go up and get killed like 80-0. And actually, it was like a really good game, but they had a different quarterback. Like they didn't have Skylar Thompson, so I'm going to take the Bills on this one. I don't see the Dolphins pulling this one out, so that's my pick.
I agree. The fact that the Dolphins are playing with their third string quarterback because the second one is hurt and the first string is on his third concussion of the season. I'm probably guessing they don't want him throwing gang signs anymore in the middle of the game. So,
guy, it's awful. I'm not even gonna touch that one.
And you're right. Last time they went and it was a snowstorm, we all laughed at it. We're like, "Yeah, Bama's going to win this." But again, that was two at quarterback. It wasn't Skylar Thompson. It wasn't Teddy Bridgewater. So, yeah, it's a different. This is a different team with Skylar Thompson. I still don't get how the Jets lost to this team with Skylar Thompson at quarterback. It's just the Bills. Yeah,
this one has to hurt for you. I'm just saying, Paul. This one has to hurt you, Paul. Like, just picking up the AFC team.
Benny.
all right, let me go all the way back since I got to start from the beginning. All right,
go get caught up. Seahawks Niners.
All right, Seahawks Niners.
In San Fran.
All right, I kind of sort of agree with some of the other people or whatever that have been commenting. Honestly, Brock Purdy needs to have a bad game eventually. He cannot continue the trend that he's on. But I don't think that Seattle has enough to beat San Francisco at this juncture. As far as the next games, because I'm taking San Francisco in this one.
Here's the thing. Because of the defense the Niners have, he could have a bad game and they could still win.
That's what I'm saying. And honestly, just out of my desire for chaos, I would love for Seattle to actually win that game and put us in the position to potentially, if we take care of our own business, end up hosting the NFC Championship. But like I said, that's just me being the ultimate optimist in this entire situation. Next game, Jacksonville and the Chargers. The problem that I have with this game is you never know what Chargers team you're going to get.
Yeah.
The Chargers could be the greatest football team you've ever seen in your entire life, and then the very next week they can go out there and lose to Iowa State. So I don't necessarily know how to go with this one. This is Trevor Lawrence's debut in the playoffs or whatever, and granted, he's done well on a big stage before, but that big stage was in the NCAA. That wasn't the NFL playoffs. Everybody knows the intensity gets ramped up to a whole new level in there. Justin Herbert, now he's been there before, right? Although he didn't, advance the way he wanted to, he's been in this position before, and I honestly think it doesn't matter at this point. Austin Eckler will show up regardless of whether the rest of the team shows up or not. I'm gonna give Los Angeles the win on this one because of the fact that you don't have that big East Coast advantage that you normally have on a game where you got a team coming all the way over from that Pacific time zone. Because this game ain't a 1 o'clock game; it's a night one.
Eckler's been weird this year, though, man. Like I had him in fantasy, so like there's been games like again, like you said, like the Chargers is too inconsistent for me. Like, and
They
that's
are
again,
such
I
a
love the
coin flip
Chargers.
team. They are
Like
such a coin flip team. Like if I want, like I said, the joke that's going around right now that I'm sure Paul has seen it or whatever is what happens if the Jags win the Super Bowl? Will the WWE send Tony Khan a belt like they've been doing for all the rest of
like
these teams? Like my chaos theory is just like, yes, please let that happen, just because I want the awkwardness. But
yeah,
like,
like
I just don't
I
think it's
don't.
coming.
I don't know. Like I sit up here and I keep like again like I've had Eckler in fantasy, so I see week to week like it'll be 20-point weeks, and then there's like a week where it's like, oh yeah, I had like 4 carries for 70 yards. I'm just like,
All
what?
right.
And then the next week, like yeah, like okay, I had like 21 carries for 145 yards. I'm just like what is going on? It's just weird. Like Herbie's consistent, and then also other thing that gets me is just that line. Like the other thing is just the line, and if the line is going to be able to hold up against the Jags. And like I said, you've seen Trevon Walker just tearing people apart, and that's just
Mhm.
him. And you got
And,
Josh Allen too on the other side. So that's the only reason I'm going with the Jags. I think their defense is going to get after Herbie a little too much, and I don't think their receivers are going to step up.
so here's the thing: the winner here plays the Chiefs, plays Kansas City. So, as much as I like to see Herbie play Pat Mahomes, the fact that his offensive weapons, Williams is inconsistently hurt here and there, so is Allen. That game will not be as we expected it to be. So I'd rather see the Jaguars play the Kansas City Chiefs.
Is Keenan Allen playing?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him, so he should be fine. It was Mike Williams that heard that was not didn't practice today,
Mm-hmm.
so
I
he
mean,
might be
I mean
doubtful.
they got, I mean they got Josh Palmer who's stepping up, and then another kid DeAndre Carter who comes around every once in a while, but. I don't know. I think Mike Williams is such a big part to Herbie, like that. Herbie gives him the ball a lot because I'm pretty sure y'all have had Keenan Allen and two in fantasy. And you've seen some of his Keenan Allen stats sometimes.
I have Mike
Mm-hmm.
Williams in fantasy.
Like,
That's why I
I,
know.
yeah, and just like it's just they're inconsistent, and I'm just like, you're gonna go in and go in the Duval, and that stadium gets like rowdy and rough and everything. You're gonna go in there and down a weapon or two, and I don't know. I don't know. It'll be a good one for sure, but I've been
This
wrong.
is
Like I told Paul, I've been with the Jags the whole year, so I'm gonna stick with the
so
Jags. Yeah.
so.
I mean, it's entirely possible. You got to remember, like, how many sacks did their defensive line get against Daniel Jones? I mean, you said it yourself. Justin Herbert, quote unquote, should be a Giant. So you got your own feelings about that situation.
We're not talking about that right now, though. We're not doing that. I told Paul we're not opening that can of worms tonight. We're not doing this. You're not doing this to me. I won't leave the show. Not doing this. Jeez.
So,
Oh,
what was I gonna say now? Jeez, I forgot. Lost my train of thought.
Sorry,
I was-
it happens with age. It's happening to me now.
it's just Benji causing chaos. This is what
You're coming back. It's gonna be coming to you too, Joe. You gonna get
Oh yeah.
I already forget stuff. It's the CTE.
it.
Dang. What's the next one, Paul?
Buffalo.
Oh yeah. What are your thoughts on Buffalo, Benji? I'm sure you're gonna pick the Bills though, but
Absolute buzzsaw. Miami has zero chance in this game. If they came in there at full strength, they would have no chance. Right? I don't think Miami would have any shot in this game, specifically because Buffalo is going to be riding so much on the DeMar Hamlin train that like really nothing is going to stop them right now.
sound right to me. Paul, what's next?
Wait, make sure I got this right. All right, so we all got the Jags. We all got the Bills. Damn,
Nah, I got the Chargers.
we got the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. You have the Chargers.
I thought you were going with the Bills for the chaos theory.
No.
What's chaotic about the Bills?
No, the Jaguars.
Oh no. I would like chaos theory just for their, my own, little biases and how I want to see stuff happen. But
Because he's weird.
We have the Giants versus the Vikings. Please, the Giant fans, please tell us before I go on my rant.
who's
I
the
think
team
I'm
on the
gonna
West?
go. I think I'm gonna go Vikings on this one, right? I think so. Not a chance. All right, like not a chance. We wanted the rematch. They lost the last time on a 61-yard field goal. All right, we wanted the rematch. We're getting the rematch. This is what we wanted. Daniel Jones went up there the last time and lit them up for over 300 yards passing. We got Xavier McKinney back. We're hoping. I don't know if we are, but we're hoping that Dory comes back. We have to plan. We're going to game plan for Fabian. We're going to game plan for Jefferson. Saquon's going to get heavily involved, and then we're going to go into Minnesota and come out with a W. That's what's going to happen. That's my bold prediction. That's what I think is going to happen. That's it. No big rant. Giants win.
All right, so the last time we played Minnesota, as Joe said, we lost on a 61-yard field goal as time expired after we tied the game up 24-24. Once again, in their building on short rest. So this time, what we're hoping is not going to happen is we're going to not turn the ball over twice in their side of the field on our way to score. We're going to hope that receivers don't go out there and drop key 3rd and 9s wide open in the middle of the field. And we're going to sit up there and we're going to hope that TJ Hawkinson doesn't have another career day against us. Right? That being said, every single time, with the exception of when we played the Cowboys this year, because we were physically worse off than we were the first time we played them. But every single time we have played a team the second time this year, we have performed markedly better than we did the first time. This is a Giants win. Kirk Cousins is going to be Kirk Cousins. He can go out there and he can light you up, but when you get after him, he's prone to give you opportunities. And I don't think we're going to be sitting up here dropping 3 interception opportunities either, like we did last time. All you got to do is capitalize on those plays that you left out there on the field before. And that's a dub. And that's us going to Philly for another revenge tour.
I'm just saying. We only lost to Philly by 6 points with our backups last week. I'm feeling good.
I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Paul. Where are we going?
I mean, I want to say the Vikings, but it's hard because I just don't trust Kirk Cousins. Everybody's like, look at his numbers. I don't. So numbers tell a story, but they don't tell the entire story. And that's what I was trying to say when he was a free agent out of Washington. His numbers were inflated because a lot of it was from garbage time. And I just think that I'm not a fan of Kirk Cousins. I'm not. But everybody just loves him because of his numbers. And I think he's just going to be utter trash in this game. It's going to be a coming out party for Daniel Jones. He's going to be coming out running like this, like Johnny Manziel, because he's trying to get paid. And can't blame the man. I mean, we've all been on his case on how he's been playing the last few years or so, and he's turned it around this year. Now, my concern for you guys is it just because it was a contract year, and he goes back and he stops being Vanilla Vic and goes back to being trash ass Daniel Jones? But that's the conversation for the day. I think the Giants should beat the Vikings in this one, and I'll give you a score of 32-14.
Ooh, we gotta give the scores now.
Wow. No, I'm just throwing out the score because that's what I think the score is going to be, 32-14. on this one. The Giants. I think Saquon's going to have a great game. DJ's going to have like 80 yards rushing. He's going to have a little over 200 yards passing with the TD passing here and there. Yeah, I think the Giants. I think this will be slightly a repeat of the 2000 NFC Championship game.
All right, I'm not going to go that far because that was an ass whooping for the 80s.
I know. I'm just saying it's a slight. As I said, a slight repeat. Where everybody's going like, "Oh, the Giants going to win." It's like, no, it's not going to be. It's not.
I mean, it'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be. It nice. Absolutely would be.
I tell you.
But just to remind people about like why it is if you got a bunch of Giants haters or something watching in the like when the thing is actually when we're done. The Minnesota Vikings, honestly, if I remember correctly, are the first team in NFL history to win 13 games and still have a negative point differential. So we're not talking out of our asses. The defense is not good.
No, this is why I say I wouldn't be surprised if it goes crazy because the Giants' defense is better than the Vikings' defense, and I think that the Vikings' offense is a lot more overrated than people think. People call them pretenders for a reason. You know, I mean they played the Bears two times in the season, and they played the Lions and the Packers. Granted, they probably split those games with those last two teams, but still, like, come on now. I'm going with the Giants. I think it's pretty much unanimously we're all going with the Giants on this one. I just no faith in the Vikings. That should be a short series for them or season for them. So yeah. On to the next one. A rematch of Week 18.
Oh boy.
And Lamar Jackson, I think, might still be out.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's out.
He's out.
He's out. I mean, look, man, I'm going Bengals. Like, I'm not wasting no time. I don't see anything happening besides the Bengals. And it's in Cincinnati. I think the Ravens are going to get rolled. I think they're going to start Anthony Brown at quarterback again or something like that. And
yeah, that was
they're going to rely heavily on defense and try to play field position, rely heavily on the run. I doubt it's going to work. And I think since he's going to have a big day, like I said, they're going to come out with Joe Mixon, heavy run. They're going to Burrow go slinging around the yard. I think the Bengals are going to roll the Ravens. I don't think they have much of a chance. Like just like Vinci said, so like what's he? Chainsaw? What did he say?
Buzzsaw.
There you go, buzzsaw. It's not going to be this. I might not even watch this game. Like Bengals going to kill them. I'm going Bengals on this.
Yeah. Likewise. The only way that the Ravens have the chance to win this game is if somehow somebody builds a time machine and goes and grabs the 2000 Ravens and brings them to the future to play this game for them. Again, like I said, and this is not enough being said out of disrespect. The Ravens are not in position to win this game. They're down to their third quarterback, and they're sitting up there again, just like Miami, running into a team at the worst possible time because Cincinnati is the other one that was involved in the DeMar Hamlin situation. T. Higgins is probably going to go out there and go. This playoff series, this playoff in general, for Buffalo and Cincinnati, are probably going to be one of some of like the greatest playoff series anybody's ever seen. All right, just on pure like emotion of that last game. So I'll spoil the thing for next week. I think we're getting Buffalo and Cincinnati in the AFC Championship game down in Atlanta. So you see where I'm going already. Cincinnati's taking this one, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Well, we can't get Buffalo Cincinnati in the championship game because, like I said before,
right. Because Kansas City is number one.
Yes.
All right, so we'll get Buffalo Cincinnati next week, and it's going to be good.
Tyler Huntley is back at throwing. Doesn't mean he's going to play. It just means he's throwing the ball. Again, I don't think it would matter.
Starting? Is Huntley starting?
He's back. He's back throwing the ball, but I haven't seen anything about like him starting. So he's back in practice throwing the ball. So it could be anything. Remember, this game is Sunday, so he still has like 2 more days to figure out. They have 2 more days to figure out. But that's not saying much. And people are upset with Lamar Jackson, but you have to realize this man is a free agent, and he's trying to get paid. Now, if he goes out there and gets hurt, his value and what he can ask for goes down.
Not even if he gets hurt. If he goes out there and puts shit film out there because he's hurt and not ready, then what?
Oh, of course. But like worst case scenario, like let's say he gets hurt, he tears his ACL, he's out for a year. Who's gonna sign Lamar Jackson out for a year, torn ACL? You have to pay him some money, and then even then, we know when you come back from ACL, you're not good until your second year. You're back.
Maybe the Browns. They like signing quarterbacks that can't play.
Yeah. Well, so I don't blame Lamar Jackson. Oh, damn.
That was rough.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
That was bad.
That was vicious.
Yeah. Who hurt you?
Nobody. I'm just saying.
Like who? Jeez.
Oh my gosh. But like I was saying, so in this case, I don't blame Lamar Jackson. My man's trying to get paid. He's not trying to get hurt. But Baltimore, it was nice seeing you. Enjoy your one and only playoff game in this playoff run.
There's Calvin. Calvin, you're watching. Put your predictions in the bottom. Not about basketball. We don't care about that.
Wrong show, Calvin. Wrong show.
Put your
it's not about the money.
Predictions.
It is about the money, my guy. It is. It is. Who is going to pay a Lamar Jackson with a torn ACL? Tell me. You going to give him a $200 million contract?
Calvin, you got the Ravens in this one?
I'm talking about Lamar. Yes, I know. I'm talking about Lamar. You're going to pay Lamar Jackson $200 million, not even $250 for 6 years with a torn ACL. So first year he's out, done. You don't know how he's coming back the second year. That's 2 years of Lamar Jackson you're not going to get. The third year he's coming back. You don't even know if he's 100% yet. And so then you have to think about, are you getting the Lamar Jackson you want, or are you getting what's left over of Lamar Jackson? See Isaiah Thomas with the Celtics. That's a little different. The reason I say this is because a hip injury is going to mess up a player no matter what. Okay? No matter what, the hip injury is like a kiss of death. You know? The ACL injury, it's not. It's just how much money is the team going to invest on that player coming from the ACL? You got to have patience. You're supposed to get the bag and play with severe injury. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, look at Saquon. Saquon came back from an ACL injury, and look how long it took him to get back to Saquon level. You know? Dan Marino tore his ACL. Not his ACL, tore his Achilles. Came back. He wasn't the same. It was just not the same. But, all right, I'm going too far off the tangent. Anyway, Bengals going to run this over by Arrivederci, Baltimore. Have a nice day. We'll see you next year. Enjoy your vacation. All right. Why did I go to that one?
Broncos lead race for Sean Payton.
And the last game is the Cowboys and the Bucks.
Cowboys, Bucks.
Yeah.
Paul, are you imploding right now? What's happening? Are we having technical difficulties?
Just a little bit.
That's fine. I don't need to see the Cowboys logo on my computer. I might throw up. This is where like the bias comes in because like we don't want to pick the Cowboys. Like, let's just be real about it. We don't want to pick the Cowboys here. I didn't have to see the star, but they're in Tampa.
Yeah,
That's interesting. But like, I don't know. This is hard because this is hard because the Cowboys just ended the season on a terrible note, losing to the Commanders. Not only losing, but getting rolled by the Commanders. They lost 26-6 to the Commanders last week. Dak looked bad. The offense didn't look good. Again, defensively, you give 26 points to Sam Howell, actually, to the rookie quarterback. In his first NFL game starting rookie QB, you go out and you beat Dallas. Like playoff bound Dallas, and you got rolled 26-6 by a rookie quarterback. So now you have to go off of that loss, go into Tampa, and you have to play Tom Brady. Playoff Brady.
with Dak Prescott.
With Dak Prescott and that team, it just I don't know. The Cowboys always seem to just make like bad decisions. Like even like the Jaguars game, it was like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Run if you or third and or it was like I think it was 3rd and 3 or 2nd and 3, something like that. You're killing with Zeke, you're killing with Tony on the ground, and then you like it was 3rd and 1, I think, at the fourth quarter into the game, and like you're gonna go throw like a 40-yard fade route down the sideline instead of just running the ball. One of the best offensive lines in all football. One of the probably the two best rushing attacks in football, or two-headed running backs, I should say, feature backs. Like, so I don't get their play calling, and I feel like that's going to kill them. This one to me is honestly kind of a toss-up because if this was a couple weeks ago, I would have said Dallas because the Bucks look awful, but the Bucks with a losing record find themselves in the playoffs, and again, you have to face playoff Brady at home right now. So, I I don't really even know where to go. I truly don't know who to pick on this one. I'm kind of stuck on this one right now. I want to watch this one and just be like, I don't know. I'll go. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say Dallas here, just because maybe they'll get a playoff win. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to see them win, but this is just like this is a weird game for me. I'll just say Dallas. Maybe look at their first playoff win in like 10 years. Go ahead, Benji. I don't know. Like this game ruined my whole mood. Like I don't know who to pick here. Ugh.
Honest to God, this is a rough game to pick.
Like
They sat up here and granted, like I said, I know this mess isn't random when it comes to selecting games and things like that for like the time slots and everything for the playoffs, but this right here, they got a good one going in for Monday. All right. So here's the dilemma that I have. All right. And this is bias aside. Dallas has been so much of a light switch team over the last couple of weeks or whatever. It makes absolutely no sense. You got a team that'll go out there and drop 40 points in a quarter on Indianapolis and then turn around and let Washington, hold them 6. It doesn't make any sense. Now, one of the things that Dallas does very well this year is they do cause turnovers. So they could potentially put Brady into a situation, with the defense and everything, and Parsons coming off of the edge, and cause him to, force him into bad throws and things like that. The one problem that Dallas has right now is the interior of their defensive line is not the strength that it used to be. So when it comes to actually attacking Brady, it's not really your edge rushers that can cause them a problem because Brady is a master of manipulating the pocket. To turn around, step up in the pocket, find a guy like, Godwin or somebody coming over the middle who's just wide open for no damn reason, and it tell your defense apart. Now, Brady hasn't really been Brady this year up until the last couple of weeks of the season, but it's still Tom Brady. And I personally have a huge issue with betting against Tom Brady in the playoffs just because of history. And until that history is proven wrong, right now I really can't go against him. So I'm going with Tampa Bay.
I dig it. What about you, Paul?
Here's the thing with Tampa Bay. You have injuries on that team, and then you have the enigma known as Mike Evans. Mike Evans will play a game. He'll get you 200 yards, 3, 4 touchdowns. Next week, he'll have 6 catches, 4 drops, 80 yards, 0 touchdowns. Again, you're like, where did Mike Evans go? Because in the third week, he'll be like, nothing. Fourth week, he'll pop up again, 100 yards, something like that. So you don't know what you're getting from Mike Evans on a week-to-week basis. You just don't. And he's getting paid top receiver money. Tom Brady, I think he's having issues because anybody who's gone through the divorce, you're just not mentally there. And he's trying to play it off, And I don't know how much that's affected him. So there's a lot going on with the Bucs, but the Cowboys, I don't have faith in the Cowboys. Like I said before, Dak Prescott is a seasonal player. When it comes to the playoffs, he's not the same. He is not the same. I'll take Brady over Dak, even though Brady may be going over some issues with the personal life. I'll still take Brady over Dak. This is going to be an ugly game. And the worst part is this is on Monday night. So this one's going to be an ugly, ugly game. If the Cowboys want to win, they need to put the ball in Tony Pollard's hands and then give it to Zeke afterwards. Because there was one game, I forgot what game it was. I think it was against the Eagles. They were literally feeding Zeke and then they give the ball to Tony. I was getting annoyed because I have Tony in my fantasy team. But it made no sense because Tony is legitimately, he's your number one back, and then you switch it in the middle of a season in an important game. Like, for what reason? For what? Go to what works for you. What works? Tony Pollard getting the ball and running it. And then you put in Zeke in there to bruise him down a little bit. And go back to Tony. But they switched it up. I'm going with the Bucs on this one. I just Cowboy fans, don't cry. But if it starts raining, we know why. We know why. It's hard. Cowboys lose because of those INTs. And you know why? It's Dak. It's Dak.
Yeah, oddly enough, I heard a stat last night. For some strange reason, Dak Prescott has what I think is he leading the league in interceptions or something? And he missed like 5 games.
I don't know. I have to look that up.
Yeah, if that's the case, that's actually kind of surprising. But yeah,
Wait. Hold on, let me take a look at it real quick.
Dak has 15 interceptions this year. I mean, all his stats are down. Dang, this guy's been in the league. Hey, he's been in the league for a while already.
Yeah. He's leading the league in INTs.
Yeah,
he's
not taking care of the ball.
This guy had 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions last year, while throwing for 4,449 yards. And this year he has 2,860 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 15 picks.
Like, yeah, I'm not going to sit up here and demonize the man for the lack of yards and touchdowns because, again, we're talking about him missing 5 games. But at the same time, in 11 games, you threw 15 picks, bro.
His QB rating last week was a 47.
Yeah. Like, what was my rant about him in the preseason? He ain't the one, bro. He ain't the one.
Well, they ain't gonna be in a.
The only one.
What's it called?
The only one that's proven me wrong is right now is Jalen Hurts, and Tua is still like in there because of the fact that he has his moments, but I think I want to say more because of the health issues. He hasn't been able to be consistent. So you can't say Tua is this, but you can't say Tua is that. Yeah, I need a full season from him to say either I was right or I was wrong. But in here, like I said, Dak, he ain't the one. He ain't the one. He never was the one. He was a pretender. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dallas. He was a pretender. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. Well, I gave the Cowboys. I would have to be that guy. It's like when the whole rest of like the Monday night crew or Sunday night crew picks the other team. I'm that one person that picks the other one. I gotta be that guy. Everybody else. Did you really name your? Oh my gosh, this guy named himself Hooded Figure. Oh my
Yep.
god! All right, we're done. Take us out, Paul. On that note, I'm not.
So this is the only time you're going against everybody. You're going with the Cowboys this game.
Yes, everybody. I think we agreed on every other pick. All of us,
Except for the Jags.
except for the
Oh, the
Jags.
Jags. That's right. Yeah, you said the Chargers.
Because you hate Trevor Lawrence.
How do I hate Trevor Lawrence?
Because he's from Clemson. You're a Florida
That
State
doesn't
fan.
mean
That
anything.
ain't anything.
You hate Trevor Lawrence.
That literally does not mean anything.
I'm a Florida State fan too.
I was legitimately on the tank for Trevor Lawrence train too.
Hashtag take for Lawrence. It's still on. It's still on. I have to be that guy. All right. Everybody else pick the Bucks. I can't cheer for Brady anymore. Go home. Do something else. Like,
He ain't got nothing else to do. Why do you think he came back and played football?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I don't know.
No, coming back to football is what lost him his family.
Who knows? He had already lost his family before he came back to football. I don't know.
No. Well, think about it. He walked away. He walked away. Hold on, let me get back to the camera. He walked away. Everything was fine. The moment he says, "I'm back," is like the moment his wife is like, "I'm getting divorced." Because you got to remember, he's been playing for how long? They got how many kids?
That tells me that there was already a problem before that.
Well, I don't know if there was a problem. I think it was more of like they had a conversation and he was like, "Yeah, I'm retiring and we're going to do this and that," and he probably ended up breaking the promise of retiring. So I don't think there was. I think there wasn't a problem lingering. I think he created the problem because he just can't walk away from the game. And this is a man that already has a contract to work on the broadcast booth already too.
Oh yeah,
I'm waiting for him. So it's not like he's walking away from the game completely.
The problem was the picture of his wife and AB laying in bed together. That was the problem.
That came out afterwards.
Did it?
Yeah, that came out afterwards.
It might have happened before.
Like I said, if that's the case, she already had somebody else lined up, bro.
Exactly. Exactly. He ain't about to hug somebody else the way she was hugging him. And just be friends, lip to lip, and all this stuff. Don't look in my eyes with your soul and think it's just a friendship. It's not. It's not a friendship hug.
Photoshop is a great tool.
Photoshop is a great tool. Yeah, it is, but still, don't look in my eyes all soulfully and be like, "We're just friends." That's not. It's not now. That wasn't a friend hug. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she wanted. She knew the video. She saw the video of him in the pool. She knew what she wanted. Ridiculous.
Or was it? Or was it the video of him running off the field at the Jets game?
Calvin AB was laying up with Tom's wife. Yeah. There's a picture. There's a picture in bed. I think it's photoshopped. Everybody just keep going on it. I think he just doing it to mess with him because of what happened in Tampa Bay and all that stuff. But
exactly, Calvin. He brought the man in his home. He brought the man in his home.
I mean,
you think that's Photoshop? He brought him in his home. I'm just saying.
I'll put it this way: he did it to himself because it's AB. We talked about it. AB has some issues that he needs help with. We think it's CTE. It could be anything, but the man's not right. That man is not right. 2 points recognized my YouTube picture.
I can't even see it, so.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
I know it. It's from what should we call it? AB definitely need help. Yeah, that picture is Tay Diggs from the movie with Jamie Kennedy, Beverly Hills Most Wanted. Oh no, Malibu's Most Wanted. Sorry.
Cash App for $1, Calvin.
Attention seeker. Yeah, AB's a complete attention seeker.
I was about to say, like, yo, I'll be an attention seller.
Yeah, he's an attention seeker, man. Completely, I agree on that one. He learned it from the best. What'd you expect? He learned it from the best.
Oh my gosh!
But all right. With that being said, it's going to be an interesting game of football this wild card weekend. We got some good games going on the plate, except for the one on Monday night, which I don't think is going to be that great. What's the song that he dropped? Who, AB? Yeah, I don't know.
The question is it better than Roy Jones Jr.'s?
No. Y'all must have forgot. Come on, man.
When I beat Bernard Hopkins and won the IBF, my right was hurt even with the left.
Come on, man. That's bars right there. Not better than Roy Jones. Come on, man. Stop playing with me before I play this song for the outro video.
Give us all kinds of band.
Bad copyright.
I don't even know what belongs to them, but Sony coming after us.
No, that's the last thing I need, man. No, don't do that to me.
I'll be like, Paul, I messed up. I was a little.
I'll be like, damn.
I was a little passionate. So he said, he's not going to sue us. You just got to step in the ring with him for 12 rounds, Paul.
Listen, man, I ain't stepping no ring with no Roy Jones Jr. I don't care what kind of shape he is. I don't care if it's boxing shape or round shape. I'm not stepping in the ring with that man. Because you know what doesn't go away? That power punch.
Yep.
I saw him put some people to sleep. I was like, damn, Roy, what that man do to you? Golly. All right, here's my question. Calvin, what the heck were you doing watching professional bull riders at MSG? I'm gonna wait for this. I'm gonna wait for this reply. Well, you see, what happened was I looked at my ticket. I thought it was for the Knicks, but it's Knickerbockers, and Knickerbockers is a professional bull riding team from New York.
Yo, I'm definitely gonna go listen to this Roy Jones after we get off of. Definitely gonna go listen to some Roy Jones. Yes, I know. That's my song, yo. That's my song.
Yeah.
I can't listen to that because I'm gonna be too hyped. I'm not gonna want to go to sleep. I'm gonna go work out if I listen to that song right now. I'm not doing it.
Sorry, you can do that. Okay, that is an acceptable reason.
Oh, he works at MSG. Okay. Okay.
Oh my god. All right, Paul.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Calvin keeps writing. I'm gonna mute this chat. I'm gonna mute the chat real quick. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us and watching us. We'll be back for a review of the wildcard weekend, a preview of the divisional rounds next weekend. Have fun. Stay safe. Till next time.